Hello there, and welcome to Nadir. Nadir? I don't know, dude. As long as I got close at least once, I'm happy. We are in for a treat today because this is a different one. I am about to show you guys a new early access deck builder card-based rogue, and this is kind of fresh for me. I don't do a lot of these. Of course, I know they exist. You've got your Slay the Spires out there and the like. However, deck builders aren't really my thing. It's not that I don't like them, I just don't play many of them. So this is going to be kind of new, because when the devs reached out to me with a free code for the game and said, hey, we've got this new deck builder game coming out, it's got great art, we think you might like it, I'll be honest, I'll be completely honest, I was a little bit hesitant. I'm sitting here thinking to myself, I'm not that big on card games like the deck builder rogues. You know, my card games of the day were Yu-Gi-Oh, and I haven't really been into them since, but we're gonna jump in because I have genuinely been having a really good time with this one. And like, I've played Slay the Spire, I've played a bunch of different deck builders before. I just don't play them long term. I don't play them a lot because once I've kind of done a few things with the game, I don't really stick with them. I'm more of like the action rogue kind of guy, you know, Skull and the like. However, I have been having a really good time. Aesthetically, this game is gorgeous. I love it. It's like a Curse of the Dead Gods, Darkest Dungeon, very gritty, shaded kind of... Oh, I love it. It's fantastic. Now, I'm going to do my best to explain things as we go. This is early access. The game is not finished yet, so expect incomplete things here and there. But first and foremost, we have the main little hub area right here. So this, what we're constructing over here, is kind of like our hub. And as time goes on and as you do runs, you collect the resources you see up here. There's many different resources, and you use them to build and construct different things that will eventually be complete once you finish all of it. And these unlock more things. So unlocks more rewards, unlocks this, unlocks that. It's got the roguelite stuff. These are all unlockables that make the runs better, that add more flavor. The game wants to start you off getting you used to the basics and then throw more mechanics and more things as we go. I can't build anything right now, so let's move straight on to character select. Now, currently, there are 3 in the game. I have not unlocked the 3rd one. He is available in a future update, not here right now. But all of these characters are based on figures. This is Hernan Cortez, or Hernan Cortez, however you want to pronounce the name. We have Vlad Tepes here, we have, you know, Dracula himself, and we have Joan of Arc, or as the French say, Jean de Oui. And it's absolutely gorgeous. Look at this artwork. I love the aesthetic. I love it. It's like an old Spawn comic or something. It's so gritty and shaded, and I absolutely adore it. Now, all of these characters, as you imagine with most of these kinds of games, have different decks. They have completely different decks that they use, different playstyles you can manipulate. We're going to start with the initial character that you very first get, Joan of Arc. We'll try out Vlad later at a different time. There are various different, like, enemies that you can go after, different boss fights. You've got Abaddon, you've got Moloch, we've got Asmodeus down here. These are all demons. But my favorite, and the one that we're gonna go after, is a very special one over here. So let's depart. And I'm gonna do my best to explain the game, because this took me it took me a few minutes to wrap my head around, because it's a little bit, I don't want to say complicated, but it's different. It takes a second to get used to. So first and foremost, the plot of the story, or the setting of the story, is we're in the multiple circles of hell, and this is just one of them, and we need to go all the way down to this little scar-looking thing down the bottom where our foe waits for us. Now, around the ring, depending on where you are or what the game offers you, is the various different things that you can get. So there's the deck changer right here, where we can edit and craft our deck. We can also check it over here, and we have a bunch of cards. Yay, cards. However, I'll explain kind of how the cards function a bit better when we get into an actual fight, which right here, combat. You have to do at least one fight every time you go to a new ring before you can interact with most of the stuff, so I need to finish a combat before I can edit my deck. Doesn't matter, we haven't got any new cards anyway. The Beggar. So we're gonna do battle with this little beggar boy right here. All the fights are 1v1 with cards versus cards. Toss a coin to your humble servant. No, forget you. Now, I'm gonna do my best. I'll go slow. Let's try and keep up with this. So, the enemy has cards. I'll get to that soon. Our cards. You can see we have a blue and a red side to each card. This is important because we are able to use either ability on each card depending on a couple of different circumstances. One, It depends on whether or not our opponent has colors that match what we want to do, and 2, how many of those colors. So, hypothetical right here. Hypothetical. This card right here has slash and double slash. Slash is a blue. He's got 1 blue, so I can use slash if I want. You can see right here in the upper corner, there's 1 little blue card in the corner. That means that I can use it as long as my opponent has 1 blue card. Parry right here requires 2 blue cards. My opponent doesn't have 2 blue cards, so I can't use parry right now. I would need him to flip some of these cards over so that he has multiple blues. On the flip side to that, I could use double slash because he has 2 red cards here. I could also block because he has 2 red cards here. So the requirement, so to speak, for my cards to be used is dependent on what my opponent has ready. In addition to that, I'm going to fire off a double slash. I'm going to use one of his cards as my target to do damage to him. Look at it. Look at this little spinal skeleton cursor, by the way. Ugh. Now, I want you to keep an eye on these little nodules down here. You see, this will give him 15 armor when this card goes off. I'm going to double slash, do 2 damage twice. Pow, he's taken 4 damage. But he doesn't do anything yet. Instead, we have put a notch in his card. You keeping up, right? Okay, good. He will do his attacks when the notches in his cards are full. In addition to that, if I decide to block, it's going to put, because it requires 2 red cards, it'll put 1 notch in each card. So I activate a bit more armor. I'm at 28 now. And I've put a notch in this red and a notch in that red. So now I'm going to do a basic slash, and I'm going to use this blue one instead. Depending on what color you select, it will do that thing. So it didn't do double slash, it did regular slash, because I put a blue on a blue, you put a red on a red, and it works that way. Now, my opponent's notches are filling up. I'm thinking to myself, okay, what's going to happen here if I do a wide slash for a big 16 damage? He'll take a lot, but it'll also fill in the notches on both of his reds. Well, let's see what happens. If everything goes according to plan, he gains 15 armor, and then we'll do 5 damage times 2 times, so 10 damage to me. Sure enough, the notch is filled up in both of his cards, he gains armor, and he attacks me for 10 damage, and now his cards flip over and reveal the other side. So now he has all blues, which means I can't use any of my reds. Oh no, but we do have the blues available. Now, there's many, many different effects, very familiar ones and even some new ones. So things like the armor down here to absorb damage. There's shielded, which functions as a block. This will stop you from taking any damage, but there are attack types that go through that. There's very many different effects in this game. I've still been reading new ones right up until recording this, basically. I've got maybe 3 hours or so in the game so far, just testing it out and seeing how I like it. And I'm really enjoying it. So right now we can kind of just use our cards as we wish because there's plenty of notches here. We don't have to trigger this damage over here. I can just do a slash on any of these cards over here. We do damage. We need to start breaking through his little armor that he's got right there. Oh, look, another slash. I'm just going to do that. And we just chip away at his armor until eventually... all of his notches are 1 away. So I'm either going to trigger him to get more. So I could... For example, I don't have any way of doing damage right now. I have a parry, another parry, and anointment, which gives me rage. Rage is a strength booster. It will multiply my attacks. My strength is shown down here as being a 4. So if I were to get 1 more rage, the damage on my attacks will go up. And each attack has its own individual scaling of rage. That's a very specific mechanic to boost. It's a buff. It's the main damage buff for yourself. But what if I don't want him to do any of this? Also, bear in mind the arrows on the cards. 5 damage 2 times, arrow pointing left towards me. 8 armor going right towards him. 10 damage to me, 5 armor to him. So I'm not getting armor when he does that. That guy gets armor. But there are some times where the enemy will have a really strong attack that also does come with a benefit for you. And it comes down to whether or not you want to manipulate that or not. However, I don't want him to use any of these abilities. I'd rather... getting some reds going, because I don't have any good red attacks that I can use, and I want to be able to, like my wide slash or anything else. So down here, we have the redraw. Now, what the redraw does is it will reshuffle my hand and give me new cards. We do have, I think, a 6-card deck right now, so there's these 3, plus the 3 that are in my discard pile, so I can already predict I'm probably going to get all 3 of these basic slash and double slash cards. However, what it also does is it will re-roll his cards and flip them all back over, so I don't have to fill the notches in right now. I can stall. But every enemy has a redraw buff, and what happens when I redraw is he gains 8 armor. So I'm going to do a redraw. All the cards come back to me. Oh, I got a parry. So it shuffled them all in. I thought I was going to get 3 slashes, but sure enough, I got lucky and didn't get all 3 slashes. His cards all turn over. He gains 8 armor, but look, because the red sides were already filled in before, they've all flipped over, they've reset. This is fantastic. So now I can go ahead and use red on red, get some double slashes in, and start chipping away at his shield that he's got as I please, and do my best to severely injure this fella. And I don't have to pick any of his cards that don't already have, that aren't already close to being finished. I can put one more in there, I can put one more in there. I've effectively got 2 reds that I can do. However, he's close to dead, and we've got wide slash. Die. And that's the gist of combat. It might have been a little bit confusing at first. It takes a second to get your head around. There's a lot of different things to think about. At the end of the fight right there, we get some resources. There's a soul shard, which is a basic money currency that we use in the middle of the run, as well as some permanent progression stuff. But the important thing is at the end of every combat, we gain access to new card pieces. These are only pieces of cards. So what we can do is we can take 1 blue and 1 red. And I'm looking at what we've got right here, and you can see these ones that cost 3 blues on my opponent's side. You've got to think, manipulating your opponent's hand to get 3 of one color to get a monocolor setup, it's a little bit of work, and often comes with a little bit of sacrifice, because that means you can't really flip them around by re-rolling down here as easily. It means you're probably going to be deliberately triggering your opponent's effects and trying to survive through it, so that you can gain access to your very powerful abilities that require 3 each. So we have things like Reckless Charge. It does 20 damage. That's a lot of damage up front. We were doing 6 just before. But it comes with the downside of it makes us bleed, and bleeding will do direct damage to us every turn, decreasing every turn as it goes. But this direct damage cannot be blocked or stopped. It is just a guaranteed bit of damage, and I'd rather not deal with bleeding right now. So instead, I'm thinking I could go with some Storm of Slashes, maybe. It does 4 damage 5 times, 20 damage, but because it's a multiple hit effect, things like blocks get taken away very quickly and easily from this, because every individual hit will consume a block charge. Very good, very good. I'm sure a lot of you deck builder aficionados out there can already think of the many, many, many different good uses for something like this. We also have Prepare, which gives us Counter. Now, counter charges, whenever I take damage, I automatically retaliate and do half the damage back to my opponent. It doesn't stop me from taking damage. It's just, hypothetically, my opponent does 20 damage to me, I'll do 10 damage back. Simple as that. And a shielded effect. So Prepare is not bad. Shield, Counter, pretty good. But these are delay effects. Now, why does it say delay? It says delay here. It doesn't say anything else. It says delay. Delay effects basically mean that it sits down there as an additive bonus that I will get the next time I redraw. So in that last fight, I did a redraw and my opponent gained 8 armor. If I activate Prepare, that means the next time I redraw, I gain 3 counter and 3 shield. Not bad. It's a very high cost though. I'm going to go with Storm of Slashes for the blue card at the top, because these two things, while good, very circumstantial and difficult. Storm of Slash is just a nice strong attack, and I wouldn't mind a nice strong attack that's going to get me through some shield. Now, Redemption, pretty cool. It gains 3 protection. Protection is the armor scaler. So hypothetically, I've got my block that gives me 8 armor, but I've already activated a protection earlier. While I have that 3 protection buff, the next time I cast armor, I'm going to get 3 more armor instead. And that buff will stay there, so I'll gain 11 armor instead of 8. Pretty good for defensive builds. We have Outflank. Flank is okay. It deals a bit of damage and adds special cards to your hand. These special cards aren't too bad. They're perfectly fine. They're serviceable, but at the same time, they're a very circumstantial card that it gives you good options for attacking and defending at the same time. And Enrage is a rage booster for getting big damage. Also makes you bleed and is a 3 cost. Very, very expensive. I'm thinking that what I might do is I might take the Redemption and have a defensive option for my build. I've built Joan of Arc many times before, but I've not done one that's overly defensive, and I might try and balance things out a little bit. Now that I've done that battle, I can go in here and do deck changing. Yes, deck changing. We're going to buff our deck, and so over here you can see we have all the cards in our deck at the moment. You have to have a minimum of 6 cards, So we've reached that minimum. If I want to make a new card, I can come in here. Now, this is very free form. I'm not even kidding when I say that you can do almost anything you want with your cards. You can see we had our Storm of Slashes and our Redemption. I'm going to start by dragging these pieces together. We've made a new card. Look at that. Storm of Slashes with the bottom red on there. Fantastic. We have a card that we can now add to our deck and use. However, at any point, as long as it wouldn't bring you below 6, you can get rid of any card and mix and match. Free of cost. You can do any mixing and matching that you want. But for now, we're going to go out and we're going to move down to the next ring as we've already finished with this one. I heal 10 life every time I move down. It starts at 6, but I've got a building upgrade that gives me 10 life every time we advance down to the next ring. New Circle of Hell. This one has a deck change as well, and it has 2 combat nodes. Let's start with the combat node. I'm going to get progressively quicker at doing this as we go because I don't want this to take, you know, 2 hours. Again, more long 2 and 3 hour videos, but it's a card game. They're a little bit complicated. Understandable. This might take some time. Now, Lump of Flesh, little apple boy over here. Hello, little apple boy. Little. Can I call you? Ooh, I wanted to call him sauce, like applesauce, but I don't think that's a good idea to name someone who's got an arm like that. So we have options down here. We have 2 blues on our opponent's side and a red. I could do a double slash and use the middle red one as bait. This 6 damage over here only has 1 notch, so if I were to do a regular slash into it, it triggers, or any of between my parry and my anointment. However, I've got 20 shield right from the start, 20 armor, I should say. I shouldn't say shield because that gets confused with this. 20 armor. So what I'm going to do is anoint and get a rage buff. You can see my slash would do 6 damage and double slash does 2 damage twice. If I anoint up and I gain a damaging buff, we've also triggered his 6 damage attack. He swings at me, that card flips to a red. Now you can see 8 damage and 3 times 2. So anointing or getting your strength boosted can make a pretty big difference in the damage you're going to do. But now my opponent has 2 reds and 1 blue, so parry is now out of the question. But we do have access to blocking for more armor, or just go slashing crazy, which I'm going to start by doing minimum 1 slash over here. Pow. That's almost filled in. I'm going to take a double slash to the middle. Pow, pow. Take some damage to this boy. I might even decide to do a slash in the middle again. Give me a new card. Ah, our new one with Redemption as well as the Storm of Slashes. Now, we are in a bit of a sticky situation here because I've got cards that only have 2+ requirements, so there's no singles. I can't get a red. I'd want to get 1 red to fill in this notch here and then probably re-roll what he does. I can't fill in this armor. I'd probably just prefer to get him, you know, let him have 10 armor and I just burst through it. But this attack right here does 24 damage to me. Pretty mean. It's going to break through my shield, my armor, I should say. Stop saying shield, my armor. And do 10 damage to my max life. So that's not great, but it does rust him. The arrow points to the right. So this attack does big damage to me, but debuffs him. Rust causes his own armor effects to deteriorate every turn. It's like a damage over time for your armor. But I'd rather he just not get that. So what I could do is re-roll and he gains 12 armor. But you know what? I'd rather do that because I need a new hand of cards anyway. He's going to re-roll his, all of his flip over, he gains his armor, and now we're back at a more easy to manage hand of cards. So we have plenty of slashes and double slashes. I wouldn't mind setting up a parry. The only problem is it will immediately block 6 damage and not a bigger hit. If I could set up a shielded effect for that big 24 damage swing, I'd rather do that. For now, we're just going to swing away at this boy and try and burst through the other side of the nasties that he's doing. I could anoint again, or we've got 2 parries. I don't want to re-roll again because I don't want him to get any armor. What I might do is block some damage instead. He's going to end up surviving a little bit too long. So if I do this, if I activate parry on here, he's going to do 12 damage and then 6 damage. But because either way I can block 1 and armor through the other, we're going to do it. My shield will absorb 1 hit. Blocked. And then the following 6. Because I triggered the 12 first, the 12 got blocked, and then the 6 hit my armor. And we're through. So now these things spin over, and I can go back to attacking again. We have wide slash. Very big damaging attack. Now, you can manipulate what 2 notches, if you've got a double move, actually affects. So if I hover this correctly, it's going to fill this left one and the middle one. I don't want it to do the middle one. So what if I hover over here instead? It'll do the right and the far left. So I can do this attack for free, basically, and he's not going to retaliate at all. Big 20 damage. Oh, that hurt, didn't it? That hurt a lot, buddy. And now we've got a double slash. I can just finish the fight. And we've come out unscathed. How good is that? Here's my soul shards. That's just basically your gold, your money, your resource every time. Filth is the first main resource that you can get and is used to unlock a lot of new things. Aha! We've got some really strong ones over here. So, Reckless Charge we've gone over before. Hate, that green rage buff that I was building with Anointment, you basically consume all of your rage with this ability and it will do 10 damage per rage stack. So at the moment when I had one, I would have done 10 damage with this attack. Not bad, good for the long game. It's one of those build it and burn it style of plays. However, we have Divine Intervention, big expensive 3 cost, but it adds 2 Holy Strike to your hand. Holy Strikes are very strong, and I will actually explain what the properties on Holy Strike is when I get it, because I am going to take it, because I really like this ability. Now, we also have Iron Fist, Defensive Stance, and God's Will, which just does a big chunk of damage. It's really damn strong. But then again, Iron Fist does damage and gives armor. Good utility. This is effectively a 16, a plus 16. He takes 8, I gain 8. It's a 16 in difference. However you choose to crunch the math on things like this is up to you, depends on your build. I did take an effect that allows me to get more armor from armoring effects, so it's probably in my better interest to take Iron Fist. Now, very important distinction over here that I didn't learn about until almost the very end of my play session last night. The defensive stance has 2 different keywords here. Gain 5 counter, apply 2 rage, right? There is a difference in these wordings. So when anything says gain, it means that if you have none of them whatsoever, you will gain them. If I am at 0 counter and I don't have any buffs, I'll get 5 counter from this. However, apply to rage, and I could be wrong, and this could be a bug, I don't know, but I was using defensive stance last night, and I was not getting any rage. And why? Because as far as I know, apply rage, the word apply, is to add on to a pre-existing buff. You will not gain any rage if you are at 0, but if you have at least 1 rage or more, this will keep building on top of that mountain. So defensive stance and hate would go rather well together because this thing allows you to ramp up that rage really fast, and then eventually you cash in and throw out a big hate for like 50 damage and one-shot your opponent. In the meantime, though, I'm going to go with Iron Fist and the Divine Intervention. And we're going to now I have the option of coming to my deck changer, and we're gonna start getting a little bit fancy because I have all of these basic slashes and parries and blocks and a lot of basic cards. So this slash and double slash, I'm just going to get rid of it. I'm going to dismantle it. And look, now that I've dismantled it, the components are in my card creator. So I can now piece this back together however I want. So I could take this basic blue slash, but what if I want the Iron Fist that I just got, my new card? And now I can put these back together again in a more improved form that I prefer the idea of. I might come and take this other slash and double slash, or even the parry and armor block. I might dismantle these, actually. And then if I make a new card, I could put Divine Intervention up here. And what if I put basic double slash down here? Oh, look at that. Now I can make one of these. Now I've got my parry and block. I'm thinking I might keep my parry and block out for a little bit. I don't need more than one of them in my deck at the moment. If I have too many, I've got that one right there. If I have too many, it's going to start cluttering things. However, what do I have in here? I've got basic parry, basic block. I'm looking over my options. We have our big boy right here. We've got our Iron Fist and Slash. Storm of Slashes and Redemption being together. I don't know if I need that. I've got 2 really big 3 blue costs right now. I might split these up a little bit. With a slash and double slash, maybe. So if I, hypothetically, I might wait and build more cards first. I like how I'm like what I'm seeing right now. I might wait and build more later. Yeah, we're going to wait and build more later. So I'm going to come out. I'm going to do the next combat. But it's very free form. All of the pieces you get at any point, if you can access your deck after you've done at least 1 fight per ring, you can just start taking them apart and putting them back together again. It's Lego, dude. It's free. You can do whatever you want to do. Go nuts. Go ballistic even. So first things first, I've got Redemption here. I'm going to gain 3 protection. That's going to start boosting my armor gain. I've even got Iron Fist right here. Nice little 1-2. However, they each cost reds, and this guy's got 2 reds that activate really quickly. But I'm going to trigger this Redemption. We're going to put 1 notch in each of his reds. There's my protection buff. All armor gains increased by 3, so that 8 now goes up to 11. So this just gained even more viability for me. Now, this little guy, though, is annoying because if I trigger these reds, he's going to do 12 damage, he's going to do 6 damage, and apply Decay. Now, Decay is like the combo stat. A character with Decay will suffer damage equal to the value every time I receive damage. So if I have Decay 3 on me, the next time this guy hits me, regardless of whether it's 1 damage or 10, extra 3 damage will be dealt to me. And then that number decays down to 2. And so effectively it's like 3, 2, 1, and it's a little extra combo tool. If he has multi-hitting attacks, like say double slash, it will trigger that effect twice. This is a proper combo debuff that you can put on your opponent. And it's very annoying when they put it on me, but I'm going to be greedy, and I'm going to Iron Fist because I know I can block most of that damage and still get a nice little hit on him. We get that 11 armor. He's going to swing back for 12, and then he's going to swing for 6 plus the Decay. There's the Decay stack on us right now. His cards flip. We now have 3 lovely blues. Ooh, and we've got Anointment. I could rage up. You know what? We're going to rage up. Let's get that rage going and get some damage. Fantastic. Parry, very nice ability. However, I'm not going to worry too much. Now, a new damage type has revealed itself. Breaking damage. 12 breaking damage. This goes through shields, so you can't block the attack. It will be reduced by armor, so if that 12 hit me right now, I lose 10 and I take 2 damage. But this shield right here, which normally it doesn't matter if it's 1 damage or 100 damage, it will block that hit completely. This goes through that. This will go right past that. It's a bypass. He doesn't care about how many brick walls are in the way. This 12 damage, it's coming through. So it's kind of scary in a lot of cases. But what I would want to do is increase my armor to deal with it. In the meantime, though, I've got 1 free blue slash in the middle here, so I'm going to take it and do a little bit of damage to him. We're going to get our new... Oh, ho, ho, ho. And here we go. Divine Intervention is on deck. He's got 3 blues, which means I can use it. However, all 3 of them will trigger at the same time. He'll do 12 damage, 6, 24 damage, and apply a 5 decay. Not to mention, I'll get more decay built on me. That's gonna hurt. I've got 10 armor, but it's still gonna hurt. But we'll probably kill him next turn if I do this. So, you know what? In the better interest of showing you what this is all about, let's activate Divine Intervention and kind of go crazy with it. So Divine Intervention gives us 2 Holy Strikes in our hand. We're going to wait for him to finish doing his attacks. Ow. 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 Ooh, it hurts. It hurts. It's okay. We'll recover from this. We'll recover. We'll recover. All of his cards flip. They're all reds now. But Holy Strike is very, very special in that Holy Strike comes with a breaking and a piercing. It's basically damage either way, but it depends on what flavor of damage you want. I just explained breaking damage, so if my opponent had a lot of shield, I can bypass that. In addition, the Holy Strike red down here has actual piercing damage, which is the one that goes through armor. So Divine Intervention, the Holy Strike as an attack cannot be stopped effectively, as long as you have, you know, a red and a blue that you can use for it. So if he had shield, I have a way to get through that. If he has a lot of armor, I have a way of getting through that. He will take damage. Now, in addition to that, there are 2 new keywords on this card, Stealth and Ethereal. Ethereal is pretty easy. Once I use it, it disappears. It's not a permanent card. It won't stay in my deck. It won't get shuffled. It gets burned, removed from play. That's it. One-time use. I can, however, redraw my Divine Intervention and keep using that to get more Holy Strikes, but each individual Holy Strike is once. Stealth is a very, very cool mechanic, right? Stealth basically makes the card free. So, as I've explained, if I were to use a red on a red, that puts a notch in his card, right? What is this? There's no notch in the card. No notch whatsoever. That is because Stealth is a sneak attack and it does not apply a notch into his card. It is effectively free. So I do another one. Bam, we just did 30 damage to this guy. He can't do anything about it. No notch is filled. He's done. Hit him with an easy double slash. Bang, bam, boom. He's out of here, kid. Take my rewards. We're moving on. There's another Divine Intervention. It is not worth taking more than 1, in my opinion. That's a little bit much. I could take Finesse to gain a counter and Boost. More keywords to explain. Oh, it's so fun, isn't it? Boosting effects get stronger every time they're used. So this is a ramping effect. So right now I gain 1 counter on the first use. It will boost up, and add 1 to the stat value afterwards. So the second time I use Finesse, I gain 2 counter, then 3, then 4. It's the kind of card that really wants you to have multiple so that you can get them in your hand easier and spam them. You just want to spam this and get as many of this effect going off as possible. Instead of that, though, I might go with the Time Slash. Piercing damage, I showed you with the Holy Strike. This goes through shields, or should I say armor? I keep getting that mixed up. Goes through armor. Very handy to have, just as an option for when, you know, you really need to get through someone who's got a really big, chunky wall in front of them. In addition to that, we have things like Improvisation, deals damage and gives me counter charges. Enrage, very risky. Furious Strike right here is very, very scary, because what this does is it deals 12 damage twice, so 24 damage, only costs 2 red, but it adds 2 Repentances to my draw pile. So these 2 Repentances do damage to me, and basically they're curse cards, they're dummies that just sit in my deck and will make life a little bit more difficult for me. I'd rather not deal with that personally, so I'm just going to take the Improvise. Probably never use it, but I need to take something to get through here. And now I'm going to take a look at my deck again. We've got that Time Slash, and we've got a block, we've got Improvise. Maybe what I would like to do is dismantle one of my basic slashes and make an improved one that has Time Slash and Double Slash. So I've effectively just replaced the normal slash with Time Slash. It's got 1 blue for 6, this is 2 blues for 12. Still fair, same numbers, but this has piercing, so it has a little bit of extra oomph to it. You know, there's a little bit more that we can do with this. Now, having said that, you might already be guessing you do not want to fill your deck with too many high-profile, high-cost cards. You still want to have a few little ones here and there, like 1 red, 1 blue, 1 blue, 1 red, 1 red, and have them as options for filler. There's a lot of little filler situations where you might want to just throw a little something out there. Now, in addition to that, I figure what I could do is start worrying about fixing up Anointment and Wide Slash, but I'm going to wait until I get better cards for that. In the meantime, we advance down to the next circle of hell. Now, I apologize for how long this is taking, but I am explaining a lot of things. If you're used to the game and you know what you're doing, you can kind of get through a run relatively quickly. You can kind of speed your way through. There's a couple of new things that we can do in this room, but I need to do a combat first. You always need to do at least one combat. The Gutter Devil. Look at his little clapper. His mouth, I'm going to sound really like old and kind of weird saying this, but his little mouth right here reminds me of the guy, the poster child for the band Disturbed. Looks exactly like it. Look up the Disturbed mascot, and you'll see his little face. Looks exactly like it. Now, this guy is kind of scary. He's got a lot of really big effects. He's got 20 damage sitting over here, another 20 sitting over here, and 2 shielding right here. I don't like what he's doing right now. It kind of looks spooky. Not gonna lie, I don't like it. But I might get a parry set up first. So I have 1 shield here, so the next attack that tries to hit me will not do damage to me. And we start filling in the blanks. So Double Slash. We've got Anointment. I might anoint up, get a buff. I want big damage. 1 extra strength. Lovely, lovely. There's our Divine Intervention. I'm probably not going to get to use it in this fight, at least not right now. I'm going to use the Double Slash component that's on that card instead. There's Time Slash. Now, Time Slash I could do here for a nice 15 boost of damage, but it will trigger this blue, which will do 20 damage to me. The first hit of those 4 hits will get blocked by my Shielded. I want to save my Shielded for this blue effect right here, because it's 1 hit of 20 instead of 5 hits of 4. I do have enough shield to finish absorbing this blue, so I'm going to rely on enough armor, I should say. I want shield to block the 1 big hit, and my armor to absorb all the small hits. So instead, we're going to slash here, and then if I do a Time Slash next and I trigger this, the big 20 damage should hit the shield, and then that other 20 damage should hit my armor. Let's see if I'm right. Blocked. And then all the little hits hit me. In addition to that, I now have Rust on me. Now, Rust is that decaying effect that makes your shields burn down every turn. Your armor burn down every turn. I'm going to keep doing that. My yellow. It's going to make my yellow decay every turn. So instead of popping Redemption, that makes it so I build more of my armor every time I use an effect like that, I'm just going to try and burn the guy down and kill him while he's got these 2 new cards flipped over. So we're going to do a Double Slash here. Get 6 damage. Give me my new card. I've got another Double Slash sitting right here. Do the same thing. Hit him for some nice gnarly damage. Wide Slash. Now, this is kind of spooky, and is an example of why I should have done that on this one instead, because then I could have Wide Slash for free. You know what? I don't have to deal with this. He's got a shield 1 effect. No, I'm gonna redraw. He gains a shield, but all these cards flip, and I get new ones. Now, you're kind of in trouble, little buddy, because I have Storm of Slashes available, which will do 5 damage 5 times. And he only has 1 shield. And like I said, multi-hits are gonna burn through that shield. And because he's got all blues and there's no imminent danger, pop it, blow right through that shield effect, do big damage to him. We are slaying. I even got Divine Intervention. You know what? Let's just BM. I'm just gonna be mean. We're gonna get our Holy Strikes. Our hand is stacked. Let's just blow him up with a big Holy Strike. In the name of God, suffer and die. That's exactly what he would have said. Okay, new cards. Hate. Not really worried about hate. Rejuvenate. We have a healing effect. Fantastic. Jean de Oui. Loves having a healing effect. She's like a paladin, warrior of God, all that jazz. We're going to take a Rejuvenate. Now, this is a delay heal. It is stealth, though, so effectively, whenever I use this, it's not going to trigger my opponent's card effects, which is really good. But it is a delayed heal, which means I won't gain this 10 health until I do a redraw down the bottom. That's the give and take, is that it's effectively a free use, requires 2 blue, but I'm going to have to do a redraw to benefit from it. I really like this card. To me, it's balanced, it feels good, and it just works, dude. Down here we have Taunt. It's a nice big fat 3 red. I gain 5 shielded, and it applies to rage. Now remember what I said about the word apply. Unless I've already got rage, you can see right here, Berserk, gain rage. Berserk will give me the rage stacks from 0. Taunt will not. It will instead build upon 2 rage that I've already got if I have it. But effectively, 3 red for 5 shielded is still not a bad take. I may not use it straight away until I know for a fact I've got a build that can work with me a bit better. But for now, it's a good thing to take. I'll take it and enjoy it. Now, down here we have the shop now that I've done that one battle. I can come in here, my little purple soul shard resources, I use these to buy new things. You can see there's Master Slash for big damage, another Taunt, more Divine Intervention, Outflanked, Adaptation, and Time Slash. I don't really need any of those because I've got most of those already in my pool, as well as I just don't need them right now. So I know I want Rejuvenate in the top blue slot. I need a red. I don't really want to use Improvisation. I could, but I don't really want to. I could. I might, but I don't really want to. Instead, is there another red that I could borrow from somewhere in here that will fit a little bit better in that idea? You know, I don't have enough good blocking cards right now. I'm looking at my build. I've got a basic block here, but basic blocks, I want to get more Iron Fist if I can, because like Iron Fist is doing 8 and 8. This is just 8 on its own. It's a vastly improved block. I need more of those. In the meantime, what if I dismantle this and I borrow that Redemption real quick? What if I put Rejuvenate up here and I put the Redemption down here? Now we have a very utility-based card. But what we have lost is our Storm Slash no longer has options on it. But what I could do is put Storm Slash and Improvisation together. It's a little bit of damage, but it's mostly the 3 counter that we gain, which against some enemies that hit really hard is very, very handy. For now, this is going to do. We are getting a thick deck, though. Our deck is at 8. I'd rather bring this down to 7 or 6. For now, I'm going to leave it the way it is, and we'll come back and deal with this later. A damned reward. We get to choose a damned dude. We have Sigmund Freud over here, Alexander of Macedon, or extra precision. And we have Ragnar Lodbrok, which is very, very good. Now, these guys are basically little passive effects that I can gain. I've reached that point where I can gain one. Over here, we have at the start of battle, we gain 1 counter. At the start of battle, we gain precision. Now, precise just means your next hit is critical and will do double damage. And Ragnar is if my armor is lower than 1, so basically 0. After I do a redraw, I gain 10 armor. Not bad, not bad. So out of all of this, we know I want to try and get a little bit more armoring going. Getting a guaranteed crit at the start of battle, pretty good. Getting one counter at the start of battle, also not bad. But I really am in favor of the armor. Ragnar is really nice. So I'm going to take him instead. There's one more combat over here waiting for us. Let's go do that. It is the swarm of flies. Look at him. Look at this little guy looks sad. This little guy over here is really happy. This guy's mad. This guy's sad. How is it that I'm seeing emotions on these things so easily? Now, haha, we've got Rejuvenate. I can finally use this and show off the stealth mechanic again. So, like I said before, stealth, effectively free. My opponent has 2 blue. There's like no reason not to do this, right? Nothing happens. I just gain the effect that the next time I redraw, I gain 10 health. And if my armor is less than 10, or is it 0? I shouldn't say less than 10. If my armor is at 0, my Ragnar triggers. So I will gain 10 armor. And I'll heal 10 health back. Pretty nice pairing right there. I like that we got this on the first turn of this fight. Pretty cool indeed. Now, what's my opponent got? I'm not going to get a Divine Intervention off right now. I'm gonna pick on this red over here. How about that? I'm going to pick on this red a little bit. Ooh, Time Slash. Now, these little guys over here, they've got 3 rage already. They're not very strong on their own, but this rage buff is how they're getting their damage. I might throw that Time Slash at them and get that 12 damage, please. Thank you. I can afford to get one more red over here. A little bit more free damage. Now, my adversary has all of his abilities ready to trigger and fire off. If he diseases me, he puts some duds, some curse cards, basically, in my deck that will apply debuffs to me if I use them. It's sad, it's bad, I don't want it. 10 piercing damage will go right through my armor. I would need to shield this, but I have the shield. I can't use the shield just yet, but what I want to do is burn these 2 effects, because if I flip his cards over, yes, I get to fill in the other side, but then they just flip back, and these notches stay when the cards flip. These won't go away. So what I want to do is just burn through these notched effects right now, so that I can worry about it later. I will get the disease. It's okay. We'll deal with the disease as time goes on. That's just a small, easy 5 damage, but guess what? We've got a shield that we're going to get from activating parry. It's going to block that 5 damage. Bam, pow, block. Get blocked, kid. Meanwhile, we did 20 damage to him in that turn. It's fine. There's one of the diseases right now. If it was on a blue, it's going to rust my armor away, and if it's on red, it's going to apply decay to me, which I don't want. It's bad. It's nasty. It's not fun at all. I could Wide Slash and then Iron Fist. Yes, I want to do that. I want to make sure, let me fidget just a little bit. No, put it in the middle. I want to get that notch and the notch on the right. Wide Slash. There we go. Shoutouts to Mega Man. Long sword and wide sword. Merge. That's a reference and a half. I could do Improvise and do a little tiny bit of damage and gain some counter charges. Counter charges are kind of cool. You know, counter charges aren't bad. Or I could do Iron Fist and build some armoire. I could build some armoire. I might build a little bit of armoire. How about that? Pop this here. Bam. Oh, look. He's suffering. Isn't it delightful? Now, if I trigger the middle one, he does 15 damage. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And if I trigger over here, it also doesn't matter. So what if I do Improvise? I do 4 damage to him. I gain 3 counter. But then, he's attacking me. But I armor it, and then I attack back for half of 15. Wouldn't that be crazy? And bang, 8 damage. Look at that. I countered him. You poor buffoon. Get countered, you fool. Now, before I finish this fight off, he's weak. He's injured. He's wounded. But I can heal 10 life if I decide to do a redraw. However, we have to think with our big brains. If I do this, he hits us 5 damage 3 times on a multi-hitting attack. So we take 15 damage. But I'm going to crunch numbers. My armor restores every time I start a new battle. I can heal 10 life. He'll break through my 13 armor and do 2 damage. I'm still gaining plus 8 healing from doing this, which is exactly what I'm going to do. So I should land on 59 life. I also counter, thanks to my counter charges. Back at his attack, kill him. Everything worked out exactly as planned, all according to Cake. Another Rejuvenate. I don't feel the need to put any more than 1 in my deck. Bash is a very cool mechanic. It basically consumes all of your built-up armor and deals that as damage to the opponent. It also reduces it to 0, though, which is kind of it's a big risky final push, and it gives you bleeding, which is not the nicest thing in the world. What I might do is put the other Rejuvenate because I don't really want Master Slash. I've got a really, like, 2 really big, heavy 3 blue costs already. I don't want any more. Improvise, Adaptation, Berserk. These are all kind of duds. I might just take this and move through. There's nothing especially great that I want there. We come into my deck building. What would I like? Do I have any blues that aren't serving the best purpose right now? I could get rid of my Anointment. I don't really need Anointment right now. So I might dismantle this. I'm not building around Rage. I'm not really building Rage effects. I can put Rejuvenate there and Wide Slash. So either way, I either get a free Rejuvenate or I can Wide Slash my opponent. And Anointment was already a 2-cost blue, so it's not like I'm making it more or less expensive. It's still a 2/2 card as far as I'm concerned. Now, looking at everything else we've got, what do we have in the card builder right now? Slash, parry, block, improvise, taunt. I'm okay with this. We're still sitting on 8 cards. A little bit heavy. Don't want to buy anything from the shop. At least I don't think I do. What was in here? Nah, nothing I want. Let's advance down. We recover 10 life. We go to 69. Look at that. We're recovering, dude. I told you we would. Let's get into a battle. Oh no, not the rotten intestines. Ew. Ew, I say. Ew. Anyway, this guy's really annoying. This is one of the worst guys to fight because he always has these ones over here that have little 1 notches in them, and they're annoying. This is a breaking effect that goes past my shield. That's also just damage. He's irritating, dude. He's just an irritating guy to deal with. And word to the wise, the other side of this left and right blue cards are 1-notch reds that more or less do the same thing. So this guy gets real aggressive real quick, which is why that middle card there has so many free notches. This is why I was saying it can be really handy to keep some 1-cost cards, because I can do this 1 red to his little 1 red card over here and do that. But now look what's happened. I'm in a situation where I don't have anything I can do besides trigger his blue cards. I'm going to do my Stealth Rejuvenate. Like I said, it's free. It's a stealth card. Stealth cards are great. Double Slash comes along. I can use that. Thank you. Thank you. New card. Out of options. Boo. Boo. Now, I could activate Parry. The breaking will go through and hit my main armor, but then that extra 6 over there will get absorbed, or I can just deal 6 damage to him and just take the hit. I then gain access to the reds, though. Ooh, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. I then gain access to the red, so I'll get 2 red if I just trigger 1 of them at a time, instead of triggering them all at once. So what I might do is get improvisation going again. So if I do this, I'm going to trigger that breaking card first. The breaking one's just going to be annoying, so let's get rid of that. Rotate that around. Now I could activate Improvise, which will do a little bit of damage and add counters. And I'll then immediately counter back the 6 damage he tries to do to me, and it will be really annoying for him to try and deal with all of this on a consistent basis. Pow, he does 6 damage, I retaliate for 3. Remember, counters are always half the damage you received. Ooh, Wide Slash. I wanna flip one of these cards back over again, actually. Can I? I don't have any single blues. Damn. Damn. I could do a Time Slash and trigger both of these 6s at once. Another Rejuvenate, though. I'm just going to activate this Rejuvenate. Now I'll heal 20 life when I flip my deck over. So I can actually afford to take a bit of heat here because I know I've got some pretty strong healing lined up. Let's just throw some heat at him. Let's just, bam, let's make him suffer. These 2 counters are going to retaliate these 2 6s, so we're going to do a total of 6 damage back, 2 lots of 3. And I'm going to start pushing him. Now, he's got all of his reds on deck, so I can do things like I could do another Improvise, get some more counter going. I could do a block and get some armor on, which wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Or what if I re-roll all of these cards and cross my fingers that I get, because I don't think it's in my, no. What if I redrew and I got my Divine Intervention? Wouldn't that be kind of sick? Because then all these will go to blue and I could do it all at once. Be pretty sick, right? In the meantime, though, I'm going to do a 1 red on this notch right here and not waste it. The 1 red opportunity is good. Oh, look, more Rejuvenate. But we have Redemption down here. I don't need Redemption right now. Redemption I might consider getting rid of in the future because I'm not really benefiting too much from block. I need more of the... it's not there. I need more of the 8 damage, 8 shielding cards. But I haven't gotten very lucky on those so far. Genuinely, let's just do Improvise for now. He's going to swing back for some damage, but we're going to counter that damage back. This at least keeps us in the game. There, Iron Fist. I need more Iron Fist. Now, this is scary, because if I fill this notch in, he gains precise 5, which means his next 5 hits are all critical hits, which means all these little 6s he's doing become 12s. He'll do 5 different 12 hits to me before that buff runs out. And I don't really want him to do that. So I'm going to flip it. And make that red into a blue, please. I heal back all that 20 life that I was stacking up, and all the blues are here. Oh, look, it's Rejuvenate again. My free healing proc that I can activate whenever I'm ready to. Isn't that lovely? Oh, is that a time slash I see? I will activate that time slash. Now, I need to break through his shield. Shield has been broken through. We counter back some damage. Our armor is keeping us healthy. And I have a singular blue that I can throw in the middle here. Get mad about it. I know he is. What would I like to do? I might improvise. Gain some counter stacks. He'll hit me. I'll do 3 damage. I'll have to absorb some hits, but you know what? It doesn't really matter. We have Divine Intervention then. Suffer. Suffer and die, kiddo. Now, if I do this, it's going to be a bit risky. I'm going to take 12 damage if I decide to activate Divine Intervention. But I can set up a Rejuvenate first, so that when I reroll, I heal 20. This is a really big, stupid play, right? We're going to Divine Intervention, hit all his blue cards at once. He hits me for 12 damage. Ow. But we retaliate for 3 on each hit, so we've done 6 damage back. Bingo, bango, bongo. These Holy Strikes, they're stealth cards. They work either way. No matter what, he can't get away from the fact that we're going to do big damage to him here, right? Except for one small factor. I want, desperately, to heal. So I'm now going to re-roll, gain that healing back. There we go. Ah, good, we do have a double slash. I was going to say, I need a double slash to break the shield and hit him afterwards. There it is, we win. I was banking on getting a double, because I knew he was going to get a shield. I just wanted to end that fight on full resources, that's all. In hindsight, it wasn't really worth worrying about the Divine Intervention, but it's cool to use, right? Ah, Mercy. This just heals for 20 life outright straight away, but it costs 3 big blues at the top. I do gain a shield, though. But it's very expensive, and honestly, maybe a bit too expensive, but there aren't really that many good options over here, so I'm going to worry about this and just take it. I'll take an Outflank. How about that? Now, Outflank actually isn't a very bad card at all if I was going to stick to doing a protection build, but I'm not gaining enough armor cards. So what I might do instead is remove the protection effect and remove that block effect. I need to replace these 2 reds with more worthwhile effects. Problem is, what do? Let me dismantle this one. I would like to, instead of block, let's make it an outflank, perhaps? Because what outflank is going to do is it deals 4 damage to my opponent and adds a flank card that lets me either do more damage or armor, which is pretty handy. I might even put in the basic slash, just so I have another 1 blue in there. There we go. We need some cheap cards to go along with our expensive cards. Storm of Slashes might be unnecessary at this point, too. Divine Intervention fills the same role, and it's arguably better, in my opinion, because it can be manipulated a bit more. I'm just looking at my options here. I've kind of used up a lot of the different... You know what? I don't need any of this. Let's just get rid of it. There we go. Down to 7 cards. I just don't need those cards right now. I'll do that. Now, character development. Character development. There's an elite combat. There's deck changing. There's another combat. Let's go to character development instead. Aha. Now, I've not seen Jean de... I've not seen her character development section. Now, there's a skill tree. There's a stat boosted skill tree in here. Increase max life, increase armor. Oh, this is the same. It's the same for this character because I've seen this on Vlad. So I can actually increase how much armor she starts her fight with, which is really nice. So this costs money though. This costs the soul shard. So I didn't spend any money in the previous shops. So I can do this now. So I'm going to buy this for 6. So she now starts with 5 more armor. How about 15 more max life, 5 more health. There's some more armor around here. There's increase your strength by 1 and I receive a Saint's Blood. Oh, I have no idea what Martyr is. I've never seen that card before because I haven't seen the skill tree for her yet. Interesting, interesting, interesting. I wouldn't mind increasing her max life by 15 though. That's a big juicy chunk of life right there. Increase your domination by 1. Ooh, domination's pretty handy. Initial armor. Increase your armor by 5 and get an ironclad. Sacrifice armor? I'm not sure what ironclad does. There's so many... Oh. Oh, I can immediately gain Mr. Friedrich if I go over that way. Oh, I want to see that. Increase strength by 1, immediately gain the damned Dunois. But I need domination for that, don't I? Hang on, let me get the max life here. Let me get the free domination here. Because you need domination. The more domination you have, the more of these little damned guys you can get. I would like to buy you, please. Who? What? Every time you deal 30 or more damage to an enemy, create 1 untouchable card, add it to your hand. I don't know what untouchable is, but okay. I'll take it, dude. I don't know what that is. There we go. I filled in some. Like, next time around, I can maybe get some more max life. But I'm aiming for the outer ring to get some of the more powerful effects going. Let's get into a regular combat. There's so much in this game, dude. There's so much. It's early access, but it's a pretty fleshed out card battle. It's only 1 character, too. The other guys have whole different decks that you can use. I see a free rejuvenate ready to activate. Thank you. 60 damage over here. 60 life, I should say, and 20 armor. You're juicy, dude. You're a big juicy boy. Now, he's the counter guy. All of his stuff tries to give him counters so he can hit me back. Is that another rejuvenate I see? I'm a stinker. Piercing damage. This goes past his armor. Let's be rude. 15 direct damage to your body, dude. Take that. I'm a slash. Next card. Outflank. I'm a slash. I'm a slash. Oh, look, it's another time slash. Now, this is a bit risky. I'll do 15 damage, knock him down to 30. He'll do 6 damage to me, and he'll gain 6 counter charges, though. That's a lot of counter charges. But what if I just want to do it? What if I just want to do it? What if I don't care? What if I'm just crazy? Now, that's 30 damage done to him, right? He's at half life. I should get that Untouchables card now. Wait, is it 30 or more in 1 hit? Oh, no. I've goofed. It's 30 or more in 1 hit, isn't it? Because I've done 30 total. It's not total. It's, I've done goofed. Oh, well. Oh, well. Oh, well. You live, you learn, you suffer, you... Mostly suffering, but still, it's okay. Now, I can activate my outflank. We're going to outflank and hopefully hit the 2 outer ones, so I don't trigger any of his effects straight away. He is going to counter, but the counter doesn't matter. If I hit him for small damage, he retaliates for small damage. It's easy. Now, here's our flank card. The same as what you've seen before. It has a stealth effect on it. Ooh. So I could get stealth armor or stealth damage. Stealth damage sounds sexy. Let's do that. Suffer. Now, it doesn't stop him from countering, but it does stop him from getting this activated faster. So let's double slash. Bingo, bango, bongo. That looks like 20 damage, dude. Can you survive 20 damage? Don't think so. Die. Damn it, I'm so sad that I took that guy and he's not doing anything for me. I don't have the damage to do 30 all at once. Growing Power, however, this is a pretty cool card. So Growing Power is a ramping ability. It has boost 3. Every time I use Growing Power, the damage of Growing Power goes up by 3 because it has a boost 3 on it. It's pretty cool, right? There's Iron Fist. Oh, pretty cool, right? Damn. Damn, 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 damn. I want both. Give me both. Growing Power is neat. Iron Fisty thingy is neat. Where's my deck change? Right, so I want to get Growing Power, replacing probably one of my other 2 blues. And I can put Iron Fist in there to replace probably the outflank at this point. Although outflank is nice. I am still using Redemption though. What if I just don't use Redemption? Because Redemption starts off slow, it builds, I get it, but it's still slow. Yeah, let's do that instead. I'm not playing the long game, even though it might seem like I am. Actually, I kind of am. That might have been a mistake. I kind of am playing the long game. I've got 3 double slashes. You know what? Let's instead... this is one of the things you got to get used to. So this time slash right here, we're going to dismantle this. We're going to make growing power with redemption. I just realized I'm using a healing build, so I actually kind of could build the long game if I wanted to. Get some redemptions going. I've got iron fists. And I've got flank, which leads into more armor if I want. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I've got my 1 big 3 red, 3 blue, I should say. Do I have a big 3 red? I've got Taunt. Taunt's not that great. I want God's Will if I could find it. There's no shop here, is there? No. There is character development, though, which I can use to get myself some extra armor. Or some extra life. You know what? Give me some extra initial armor, please. I'll buy that. Now, scary time. Elite fight. Powerful demon. Let's fight it. Cerberus. The tri-headed, nasty, what the hell is that creature? Once again, I'm sorry for how long this is taking, but I am trying to go slow and over-explain all of my decisions. Now, double rejuvenate? You shouldn't have. You shouldn't have, you nasty, wonderful thing, you. Now, this thing has a lot of life. It's got a lot of nasty effects. I don't plan on coming out of this fight unscathed, but if I can, I will, and I'd like to. Slash him. Can't hold on to this forever. Slash him. I'm just going to have to start filling up these notches nice and slow. Growing power. There we go. I can start getting this in here. Bang. Now that 15 damage will become 18 the next time it rolls around. 3 rejuvenate. I can heal 30 life back when I re-roll. This is building. It's ramping, dude. It's building. It's ramping. It's good. Because he's going to get armor and a lot of defensive properties when he re-rolls too. Double slash. Fill that in. I've got a regular slash for over here. Rejuvenate. Thank you. I'm so greedy. Growing power. Ooh, there it is again. Okay, so if I do this, he's actually going to give me protection. I take 8 damage and I gain a protection stack, which is kind of crazy, right? But I'm going to do it. 18 damage. He hits me. It's okay. I've got armor and I gained a protection stack. So now my armor effects get stronger. Why is he helping me like this? Who knows? Who knows? He's a silly boy. He's a silly billy boy. Now I could wide slash for 20 or iron fist, which effectively is 19 right now because 10 damage to him, 9 armor for me. But things go slower that way. And I think I'd rather go a little bit quicker and do damage to him because this is going to be a drawn out fight otherwise. Yes, very annoying. Actual, no. Idea instead. We slash into the blue. He does 8 damage. It's okay. But he does gain 20 armor. But I happen to have a way of doing 20 damage. There we go. And we've got new notches to worry about. And I could even, for example, start throwing out that iron fist that we started building towards. That does, but yeah, it's those two. Cool. So as long as I hit the left, it'll hit the left in the middle. I could even do an outflank. Then I gain a free flank right here, which is a free 10 damage. I've got a redemption for more armor. Got a lot going here, dude. A lot going here. I'm going to start by doing that redemption for my armor increase. So I've got 4 stacks of protection now. which means whenever I do Iron Fist, I gain 12 armor. That's a lot of armor. Problem, though. What do I want to do here? Do I want to save my flank for an armor increase? Because it's 14 armor versus 10 damage. Do I Iron Fist? Because what's going to happen here is that middle one right there erases my highest buff, which is my protection. So I'd rather save that from triggering anytime too soon. 8 damage times 3 is pretty damn mean. Same damage amount, but it's pretty mean. If I Iron Fist and trigger the left and the right, it also does 16 extra damage on top. He's looking to hurt me pretty severely. I might go in for some damage now. But I do unfortunately think I have to Iron Fist the left and rightmost spots. This is gonna hurt, but I'm building some armor to try and sustain the damage. We've sustained it. We've sustained the hits. We're okay. Another Rejuvenate that I can proc here. We can get 50 healing at the end of this fight. Which means I can afford to use my life as a resource if I want. I'm not going to waste this notch just yet, because when Growing Power comes around, I'll need a free spot to do both blues. So I'm going to start filling up the right blue. Pow. I'm waiting for Growing Power to come back. Another Rejuvenate. It's free. Just keep activating it. We're going to get a full heal. There's Growing Power. 21 damage. How's your dad? Bang. There you go. More slashes. Fill that blue in. Take the damage. More slashes. Fill the blue in. Enjoy the damage. Another Rejuvenate. We're healing like mad. Another Rejuvenate. How's your dad? Growing Power. He dies here. But I want to... Actually, it doesn't matter. We've got a big healing proc, but when this guy dies, we move down a floor, we recover 10 life from moving, we go back up to full. So, you know what? Just die. How's your dad? Now, from the elite fight, we get a lot more resources. We get 15 soul shards. We get some skulls, extra resource, the filth, and we get this extra relic here, which is only obtainable from killing elites and bosses. And we get cards. Champion of God. Now, you can see here, some of these advanced cards are way better than the vanilla cards. The Valor is a vanilla card that you can get in her deck when you very first start, but I've unlocked extra cards for her. So this just gain 2 rage for 3 red. This is gain 2 rage, 3 red, and 3 precise. It's pretty gnarly, dude. It's pretty meaty, pretty beastly. Another Rejuvenate, though. Prayer of Fury, I've never seen. It multiplies your current rage by 2 and is a burn effect. Now, burns disappear after you use them. It's a one-time use. Upgrade, gain 5 protection. It is a burn effect, but gain 5 protection is insane. Yes, please. I'll just take it. It doesn't matter. Give me the upgrade. That's a massive card. That's massive, dude. That's massive. So I don't need anything else to go on it. I just need it to be itself. Because I'm only going to use it for upgrade. Once I use upgrade, the whole card burns and disappears from my deck for the rest of the game. So I could even put another Rejuvenate on it just to be a scumbag. Either way, we're going to get rid of that card. All right. I got this is pretty. Is it a scummy deck? It's kind of a scummy deck. It's kind of a scummy deck. Now, character development, I could fill in some more spots, right? I could get Friedrich. I might get Friedrich real quick. That Ironclad intrigues me, but I want to get Friedrich. So, every time you play slash wide, gain 1 shielded. I need wide slash? I have wide slash, don't I? Okay, so this also doubles as a shielding effect. Pretty good. I don't have many of them, but you know what? It's not a negative. It doesn't take anything away from me, so whatever. Let's move on. I believe the next ring is the boss fight. So second last ring. We've got 2 more fights and an elite. I might skip the elite. Who knows? Depends on how much time we have. I haven't been keeping an eye on how long this video is. I apologize, though, for how long it's taking. Oh, look. I see some rejuvenates. Pow, look at that. Delicious. Delicious. Divine interventions are going to be insane in this. I need to trigger his reds, but I can't. Growing power. See, this guy, the Hideous Gnarl, is a dick. He's the shield guy. He just blocks damage. So Divine Intervention would be wildly good. Problem, though. I don't have any 1 reds. I need those 1 reds. Double slash, thank you. I don't want to use the double slash on this. I want to get a different double slash. Double slash, double slash, no. Double slash, double slash. Upgrade, just as good, just as good. We can get an upgrade, burn this, and flip that over into a blue. He gains more shield, that's okay though, because we have access to Divine Intervention. Give me my Holy Strikes. Now, the benefit of the Holy Strikes, if you remember, it has either piercing for dealing with armor, or breaking for dealing with shields. And I'm ready to... I'm about to break, dude. And that's also stealth, so it doesn't trigger this. So, bam, take 15. How's your dad? Bam, take 15. Enjoy it. He's got 10 life left. The next time I can get through these shields, you're done, dude. You're donezos. You're done, man. Finished. Beaten. However, I'm gonna... That's just 8 breaking damage. Wait, 8 breaking damage. 8 damage times 4, which kind of sucks. But I've got a lot of armor, and I can heal. So you know what? I might just do a single slash on the breaking damage. Block that. Flip that card. Oh, was that Rejuvenate? Thank you. Oh, another Rejuvenate. Thank you. I'm an ass. So, he's going to do big damage if I trigger this, right? But... Hang on. Better option. We double slash. I didn't realize I had double slash and I had 2 shields left. Double slash. His shields break. And now we can do growing power. Hit him and kill him. You're dead. How's your dad? See you later, dude. Nice fight. Nice fight. Give me my stuff. Stop this. Stop this. Another growing power, though. None of these down here matter right now. But the second growing power, yeah. Now, is there anything I could get rid of? I could ditch one of my rejuvenates. To be completely honest with you, I don't need that much rejuvenating. It's kind of a funny meme at this point, but I'm not using it. So I take this growing power, I replace that rejuvenate, and we've improved this card to be more offensive. Because right now I've got the one rejuvenate that floats constantly, and I've got the other one that's sitting there in case I don't get the upgrade perk. Should be okay though, right? We're back to 8 cards though. Boo, 8 cards. We'll live with it. Now, deck change, shop, character development. My character development arc is increasing. It is improving day by day. I want to see what Saint's Blood does. I get an extra strength. More damage. Good. More damage is great. And I've never seen what the Martyr thing does. I want to see what this card is. What is this card? This card intrigues me to no end. Saint's Blood. Gain 5 Martyr. I do know the Martyr effect. The second boss has this, so I can gain Martyr. Every time a character with Martyr loses life, Rage is increased by 1. So I can effectively gain 5 Rage from this card. Pretty strong card. That's not a weak card at all, dude. That's pretty nuts. Problem is it requires 3 red, and I don't think I have an easy out to obtain that many. I'm looking at all the cards I've got for red. I might get rid of outflank. But I need to delete the card and rebuild it. So it's slash and Saint's Blood, just so I have the option, just in case I get the chance. Kind of fun, right? Just to trigger a big dumb effect like that. Deck change, a damned reward, I get another one. At the start of battle, gain a counter, or at the start of battle, gain a crit. I'd rather get the big crit, please. Just in case. Just to start the fight strong. Shop, deck change. Small combat. Let's get the small combat out of the way. Shriveled Toad. Ew. Who wants a shriveled toad hanging around? My rejuvenate that I can't use. You bastard, you monster. Now, this guy does decent damage, so I'm going to start building some redemptions so that my armor has higher value to it. Oh, look at that. And there's the big upgrade too. Do it. So I gain... Wow, dude, look at the armor value of these now. Iron Fist is hitting different. Question. I think I might just trigger the slash and flip this over into blue, because if I just so happen to get Divine Intervention, make my day. Big crit damage. That 9 hit for 18 instead. I think it did. Ah! 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 It's a thing of beauty. It's a thing of beauty. And growing power. Ah, it's a thing of beauty. So, feel the wrath of Jesus. I get a free rejuvenate here. And a growing power. Kind of sucks to be you. 32 damage here in the middle though. That's not nice. However, I could do this. He hits me for 8. He gains a protection. He gains 5 armor and another protection. You know what? Screw you, dude. Take damage. Your armor boosting effect is too slow to keep up with my wild power. How about that? How about that? Have you ever heard that before? No, you haven't. How about an Iron Fist? How's your dad? I could do 12 damage and get 16 armor. That extra 16 means he's gonna do... What's that? 40 damage? Ouch. Ouch. Can you not? Can you just not? How about I do a slash instead? Then I get double slash. Yep. Yep. This is good. I think you're dead, buddy. I think you are just dead in the water. Ha 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 ha. Easy money. More rejuvenate. You just build an entire deck of rejuvenates and just only use rejuvenates. A couple of small blues here and there, but mostly God's will. I could do up to 30 damage in one hit. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. God's will. Screw it. Screw it. I can get that effect maybe and see it once before the end of this video. So Saint's Blood. Cool idea. I'm putting God's will in though. We're gonna smack someone with the power of God's determination. Let's do the elite fight. Why not? I'm already here. The Feaster from afar. He comes with 2 shield on him. He has a bit of shield boosting. He has big damage, and he desecrates. Have I seen desecrate? When the desecrate status is active and the card is played on a blue enemy card, the enemy card does not trigger enemy's action, but still turns over. Afterward, the stat value is reduced. That's a good thing for me, though, right? Oh, it's desecrate for him. That makes no sense. He can't turn my cards, can he? Interesting if he could. I have no idea how that's going to work, but good luck. Now, I'm supposed to gain... Where is the effect? What ability is it that I gain you? Every time you play slash wide, gain 1 shield. Okay. I'm gonna get rid of his own shield first. So if I wide slash, do I gain shield? I do gain shield. Well, how about that? Blow me down. That's pretty cool. Give me that upgrade. Start building some defense. Get defense. 42 damage. 49 damage. Oof. I get 43 shield. If I use Iron Fist. I don't want to re-roll just yet, but I might have to. It's really early in the fight for him to start getting these effects off, to be honest. Wait, I block one of those hits. No, that's okay. That's okay. Trigger this. I forgot. I've got my shield from the wide slash. Yep. We blocked all of it. Excellent. Wide slash actually came in clutch right there. Very nice, very nice. He's on all blues. You know what that means? Divine intervention. Sucks to be you. That's a lot of damage over here, by the way. We're sitting on a lot, so I can just... Yeah, this is crazy. When the Desecrate status is active and the card is played on blue, enemy card does not trigger action. So does that mean that, say, for example, my growing power won't gain power? I don't know. I'm kind of worried it's not going to do anything, so I might just burn a blue real quick and just waste that. Didn't do anything. Maybe it just doesn't do anything. He's still taking damage. Oh my god, I just realized it's a second Divine Intervention. Oh my god, that's brutal, dude. Oh, that's brutal, dude. Sucks to be you today. Holy crap, it sucks to be you today. Jesus. Now, I might be greedy, because if I flip all these cards and mind flip and I get God's Will, I just win. As opposed to taking pot shots. Oh wait, but he'll get a shield if I flip. Damn it, dude. You're so annoying. Fine, here. I'm gonna trigger the middle and the left. I block the damage. I gain Panic and Intimidation though. Now, Panic and Intimidation, kind of annoying. All it really means is all buffs that I receive from my cards are reduced to 0, and all debuffs that I would give to him are reduced to 0. So no buffs or debuffs allowed. It mostly messes up other characters because my character doesn't really specialize in debuffing my opponent. But Vlad is definitely a big debuffer. You actually are kind of just dead here, dude. I really wanted to use our new God's Will, but yeah, I guess not. Let's just kill him. See you later, dude. Sad. So sad. Give me all your goodies. Champion of God. Saint's Blood. Oh, so Saint's Blood can just show up now. Interesting. Another upgrade. That's really nice. Master Block. But I want that upgrade. I want that upgrade, and I'm just going to make it its own thing so I don't lose too much when I do it. So, once again, Rejuvenate. And where is it? Upgrade. Create. Because this card will burn itself and disappear from the deck. So they're only temporary cards. They're only one-time use. But I've got 2 of them now. Both exactly the same. I'm going to get a lot of shielding going, dude. Wait, speaking of shielding, let me just take a quick peek and make sure. A lot of armor, I should say. See, the blue cards specialize in shield and the red specialize in armor. But besides the 2 basic blocks, I really haven't found any other big armor generators. Sadly. Character development, I've got enough juice to do some more stuff over here. I could get Ironclad. I still don't know what Ironclad does. I might just buy it and see. Let me take a look. I want to see. I'm $1 short on getting another one. Deck profile. Show me what this Ironclad does. Deal damage equal to the armor value. Afterwards, armor is reduced to 0. See, this is on other cards. There's another card that does this. Hate does this, except with Rage, but Shield Bash does this, doesn't it? Why is Ironclad so weak? I thought Shield Bash did this. And was only a 2 cost. There's something funny there. I want to know what the gimmick is. Go to the shop. Is Shield Bash in here for me to check? It is! There's Bash. Oh, the 3 bleed. So wait, 2 blue, same effect, but I gain 3 blue. I don't know. I don't know. I kind of prefer the look of Bash, though. I'm glad this was here so I could see it, though. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Go back to the shop. Go back to the shop. Feint was in here? Damn, Feint's kind of cool. Alright, doesn't matter. We're moving on. We're ready to advance. Da-da-da-da. What everyone's waiting for. Imposter! Absolute state of this bastard. Hath the luncheon been serveth? Shut up, you vile Beelzebub wannabe stupid gross fly thing. You gluttonous mass of ew. Just a gluttonous mass of ew. Trigger Rejuvenate. Let's get started on healing up. There's God's Will. 48 damage. Dude, if I could get this set, I'd love to land a God's Will against Beelzebub. Go. Go big blue hit now. Growing power. I might actually end up doing it, dude. Right, so Weaken is going to hit me. That reduces my strength by 1. It's annoying, but it's okay. He weakens me, my damage goes down a little bit, but I'm now basically just back down to what I was before I took the upgrade in the character development tree. But The problem is this blue in the middle that does 9 damage multiplied by 3. I can block it. And we're going to flip this over and I gain access to God's will, which is what I really want. I want to smack this man really hard so I can see what the hell this untouchable card is. I'm going to gain 3 bleed on me after this too, but you know what? We're just going to burn him down. Bang. Big damage. There's untouchable. Ooh. Wait. Stealth 12 armor. Stealth 2 shield. That's insane. What a cool card. That's a huge boot. Dude, that's amazing. That's actually thick as. So the real question is... I'm going to need this untouchable to block this 45 damage that he wants to hit me with. Wide slash. I gain a shield from this. Upgrade. Burn it. But now that untouchable armor is increased. I see. I want the untouchable shielded effect because he's not breaking anything. So the 45 will get absorbed and the 9 gets absorbed and that flips over to a blue again. Yeah, I want the shielding effect. Thankfully, it's a stealth effect, so it doesn't really do anything to me just yet. The second upgrade is here. Burn it while I have it, just so I get out of the way. Now I can start building up big armor. That 10 stack of shielded is huge. He does have Rust 9, which is really mean, but I have to make do with what I've got. Start working on the blue over here. There's a big blue that's just not being touched. Ooh, okay. So I could trigger the 9 damage and the 5 decay, flip this to blue, and then start working on 2 blues, and I get growing power over here, so I'm going to do that instead. So we double slash in the middle, flip the red. We take that 9 damage, that's fine. We block it all. The decay is on us. We've still got plenty of shield. And now we've... Oh, look, we've got rejuvenation. We've got growing power. Hit him with them growing pains. Hell yeah. Oh, it came back. Thank you. Fetch me fresh feces. I need to lie down. He wants to have a lay down in his crap pile. What a bastard. Pop this red. Pop these slashes. Beelz, I don't think... It's funny saying that. I don't think other Beelz was ready for our build, dude. Our build is a little bit too thick for him. He does 30 damage if I trigger this, but guess what? I've got 2 shielding on me, dude. So you'll barely get through my armor at all. Barely breach my defenses. The decay hurts a little bit, though. But this is the final fight for this run. Like, you pick a boss and you go down here and you fight him, so... I think we kind of just have him at this point. Right? We kind of just have the boy. I've lost all my shield, though. I was going to trigger this 45 damage when I had shield on. I could get a bigger armor boost, though, and more or less, like, cut it down a substantial amount. And then flip this red over. Let me trigger this real quick. Oh, I'm a bitch. Oh, this is mean. I wide slash, I target this, the shield activates, block the whole 45. Oh, this is... Dude, that's clutch! Clutch! That's such a good effect. I can now flip this back over. What, I gain a weaken? I gain a weaken? You think I care about one little weaken, dude? You cannot stop Jean de... I'm gonna keep doing it, dude. I'm not gonna stop doing it. You're just on 2 life. You're dead. You're dead, kid. Hit him with the iron fist. I could have even healed up to full life if I decided to. Beelzebub is defeated. Beelz, the Lord of Flies, the master of the sin of gluttony, had to fly away defeated. He'll return someday, but what a humiliation it was. Now it's time to return to Nadir, prepare for a new expedition, and bring terror upon another mighty opponent. New building available, Throne of Want. Yay! We did it! We did it. Now I have access to building things, specifically, I can build this one. I can't build this one yet because I don't have the Tomb of the Fallen, which I need first. Unlocks more damned available in the damned reward node. So this is those little passive damned fellas, so I can unlock more of those. Very neat. Cheap and comfortable micro apartments for the masses. Individual entrances. Lovely. And now I'm back to square one and have to go back in and get more of these resources so that I can finish unlocking all of these different buildings that all offer different things. Different enemy types, more cards, the unlockable Vlad was in here, all sorts of different things that you can unlock. And remember, that's only one character, one build, one play style out of all that she has to offer. We have Vlad over here as well, who specializes in bleeding and life restoration and debuffing his enemies. I do not know what Mr. Cortez is up to at the moment, but, you know, he looks sick as all hell. And looking forward to him coming out in a future update, as well as the various different bosses that we have available right now. The game is early access. It's a lot of fun. I'm not normally so invested into deck builders, but when I took a look at this one, I'm like, I'll give it a look in. And I've been really enjoying it. I like the flow. I like the pace. I like the aesthetic. The aesthetic looks so sick. And I mean, me and my channel, I mean, it just kind of fits, right? It just kind of fits. But with all of that said and done, I've got to get out of here. I hope you guys have enjoyed a look at Nadir, and I will see you all next time. Have a good one.